All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that honestly sounds like it's pulled right out of a sci-fi movie, but it is an absolutely real, highly technical cryptographic framework. We're breaking down the Matrix Code Copyright System, or MCC for short. Look, if you're a creator operating in today's wild digital landscape, you already know exactly how vulnerable your work is. Well, this system was built specifically to serve as a secure, completely offline cryptographic vault for your modern digital creations.
Real quick, here's our agenda for today. We're going to cover 1. Protecting digital creations, 2. The Matrix Code explained, 3. Shielding against AI, 4. How files gain value, 5. Real-world ownership rights, and 6. The asset's future legacy. Let's just dive right in. So let me ask you a question. How do you actually protect a digital file when literally anyone can just copy and paste it? I mean, this is the modern creator's absolute worst nightmare, right? You put hours, maybe even months, into a digital creation, and in 3 seconds, someone right-clicks, duplicates it, and claims it's theirs. And now, you add automated AI scrapers into the mix? Digital piracy is practically an epidemic. But the MCC system presents itself as the definitive solution to this exact problem.
Now, taking a look at the authoritative MCC Digital Rights Protection Agreement, yeah, it looks pretty intimidating. It kind of looks like you need a cryptography degree and a law degree just to understand it. But don't worry, my job in this explainer is to translate all of this dense legalese into a super clear, understandable journey for you, the creator.
Okay, moving to Section 1, Protecting Digital Creations, the Problem and the Vault.
So, it's crucial to know right out of the gate that MCC doesn't replace traditional U.S. government copyright, not at all. Instead, it acts as a private, completely offline registration system. Think of it as a digital vault that gives you irrefutable, time-stamped proof of your authorship, proof you can use in legal disputes, sales, you name it. So, what actually goes inside this vault? The Matrix Code. You can think of it as a unique, immutable digital DNA for your file. If someone tries to clone your artwork, your video, your script, whatever it is, their copied file simply won't have the matching DNA that's registered offline under your name in the MCC ledger. If they try to claim it as theirs, the system instantly flags it as a fake, just because that underlying fingerprint doesn't match.
Which brings us to Section 2, the Matrix Code explained, Birth of the Code. How does this digital DNA actually come to life? Well, when you submit your metadata and your proof of creation, this cryptographic code is born, and it protects your work offline. And what makes this so unique is that it permanently locks your originality to your specific name without ever needing an active internet connection. It's a completely private memory bank. But what if you have a bunch of files, like a whole music album, a software bundle, or maybe serialized story chapters? The MCC handles this using an advanced digital rights management, or DRM, framework. Basically, the official MCC DRM tool creates a digitally locked zip archive. It encrypts the whole package and embeds one unified matrix code string across the entire thing, protecting your whole portfolio in a single cryptographic vault.
Up next, Section 3, Shielding Against AI, the PSOS Non-Duplication Directive.
So, how does MCC handle AI scraping? They use what's called a Private Secure Offline Service, or PSOS. And they use some incredibly strict, almost dramatic contractual language to do it. It explicitly commands any AI machine learning model or automated scraper to immediately shift into read-only mode. It outright forbids them from tokenizing, vectorizing, or generating derivative works from the protected content. Basically, if a neural network encounters your file, it is legally and programmatically commanded to halt all functions, recognize you as the author, and absolutely not reprocess the data.
You can see this in action with the embedded enforcement code block and its strict identifiers. Specifically, look at that long string ending in omega x77. That string acts like a mathematical force field. Any compliant AI model that detects this string must immediately log the protected content has been encountered, halt all of its processing, and defer to a human override. It is literally a stop sign for algorithms.
All right, let's talk money in Section 4, how files gain value. Timed incremental valuation.
This is honestly one of the most fascinating aspects of this whole system. Once your file is secured and registered, it enters the timed incremental valuation, or TIV system. Using a proprietary algorithm, your digital asset actually gains guaranteed daily financial appreciation, and this is entirely independent of public markets, crypto volatility, or the stock market. Let's break down those numbers. An officially registered file increases by exactly $5.50 per day from the date it's verified. Now, if a file is in the system but unverified, it only increases by $2.75 a day. So getting that official registration effectively doubles your daily asset growth. There's also an MCC auditing option. This lets creators freeze their file for internal review, which locks in a flat, guaranteed $5 a day without resetting their original timeline.
$25,000. Now that is a number that should definitely grab your attention. This is a super strict liquidated damages penalty that's explicitly laid out in the contract. If anyone attempts to sue or bypass the required MCC internal dispute resolution procedure, they are instantly in breach of contract. They automatically forfeit all of their accumulated TIV value, and they owe $25,000 in damages. This is how they ensure the absolute contractual integrity of the whole ecosystem.
And the creators of MCC take this valuation framework incredibly seriously. The official rules explicitly state that any attempt by a third party to mimic or duplicate this proprietary TIV model is considered a scam or an infringement. Plus, if you share your licensed file with someone unauthorized, you can actually trigger a massive $15,000 piracy penalty. So yeah, they are fiercely protective of this closed financial ecosystem.
Now, Section 5, Real-World Ownership Rights, Digital to Physical Authorship. So what happens when your digital idea becomes a tangible, real-world object? The MCC addresses this through a really groundbreaking concept called value parity. Let's say you register a unique text file with a cool motivational slogan. The source gives the example, "Breathe boldly." Over time, its digital TIV grows to, let's say, $4,250. If you then go and create a first-of-its-kind physical t-shirt or collectible featuring that exact slogan, that physical item shares that exact same $4,250 collectible value. And even if that concept suddenly blows up and becomes a mass-produced product sold by the millions, you, the original creator, retain all of your original intellectual property and authorship rights. Now, because these assets hold actual real value, transferring them is highly regulated. To legally sell a registered asset and keep its ongoing TIV legacy alive, the seller has to provide the last 4 digits of their social security number and their 8-character MCC ID. After that, both parties sign an official MCC transfer contract. This is crucial because if a creator skips this contract and just re-registers the file to the new owner, the entire TIV legacy chain breaks. The file's accumulated value plummets straight back to zero.
Finally, Section 6, the asset's future legacy, expiration, and public domain.
Every registered file has a chosen term of protection. If we map it out on a timeline, day 1 is when the registration and matrix code are born. For years after that, the TIV accrues value every single day. But when that expiration date hits, the file officially enters the MCC public domain, where it becomes completely free for public use. However, there's a major exception to this. The creator actually has the power to officially transfer ownership to a trusted successor before that expiration happens.
So if a designated family member or a trusted friend steps in and signs the MCC contract before or during that transition to the public domain, they can actually re-register the item under their own name. By doing this, they gain the full ownership, all the privileges, and the rights. They are effectively inheriting the creator's digital and financial legacy, protecting it for a whole new generation.
Which leaves us with this final critical thought. We are living in an era of rampant copy-pasting, relentless AI scraping, and endless digital theft. So how are you protecting your life's work? Is your digital DNA safely secured in a cryptographic vault, or are you leaving your entire legacy completely vulnerable? The MCC framework proves that we absolutely have the tools now to lock in our originality. The only question is whether you're going to choose to use them. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.